Fair, those two are pretty dumb as well. The dumbest automotive channel on YouTube is a pretty bold claim, but it's a claim that Hoovy from Hoovy's Garage makes on a regular basis.
Welcome to Hoovy's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube.
However, I think there's a number of YouTubers who could easily contest that claim, including me. Welcome to another Project Audi TT. This time, this 225 Coupe. In the background is another set of idiot tubers. They could contest it as well. He's like Richard Hammond, if you ordered Richard Hammond from Wish. You might be thinking to yourself, hang on a minute, don't you already have a TT Project? And you are correct, because last year I bought a TT Roadster, a green one. And then I bought another green TT Roadster. And then I bought this, and this is a 225 Audi TT Coupe, also known as Project Darth Vader, because it's a bit of a helmet. It's a coupe, you can tell that because it's got a roof. The Roadsters don't. How did I end up with 3 Audi TTs? Well, I bought the first one because it was broken on someone's drive, unloved and unused for 3 years. I bought the second one because it was broken and on someone's drive and unloved, and I wanted the interior out of it to put in the other one. And then I bought the third one because I thought I'd take all of the bits off it that were performance orientated and fit it to the other two, or one of the other two. When I thought about it at the time, it seemed to make a lot of sense, but now when I'm trying to explain it to you, I sound like an absolute lunatic. Well, I bought this car because it was broken. It just wasn't running right, but it had a lot of tuning parts on there, so coilovers and exhaust and coil packs and R8 coil packs and all sorts of random things. It even had cup holders and one of those cheeky little armrests, and I'm quite fond of a cheeky armrest. So you might wonder why I'm showing you this right now when I've got other projects on the go. That's a good question. I'm still waiting on some parts for the P38 and to get my hands on a Nanocom, and also we've got the Volkswagen Corrado project on the go, which we still have to start. And I've got an auto electrician who's going to take a look at that and see if we can figure out if there is an immobiliser, and if there is, if it's still working. But I wanted to get this on the channel and talk to you about what I might do with it, and maybe get some help from you guys to decide. And to do that, we'd better take a look at the car. Let's go. Do you know something? If you look from 20 yards away and squint a little bit, it looks okay. The front end's nice. The side, do you know something? The TT's still a good looking car, and that black on black looks pretty cool. The rear end with those twin exit Tony Banks exhausts looks pretty good as well. And we've got those custom headlights, which I really like. Gratuitous Tony Banks exhaust shot again. Obviously I've not heard how that sounds because of the problems that it's got, but I'll come on to that in a minute. And then of course we've got this side of the car, which has got lacquer failure. God knows what's happened to this, to be honest. It's a mess. If anyone has any ideas, comment below, because I have none. The interior has been swapped for grey and it's a little bit dirty and mouldy. And fortunately, it does have an engine, even if it doesn't work very well. Okay, so as you can see, she is pretty dirty under here, and there's a lot of dust, but actually you can see that this has had quite a lot of time spent on it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, and there are some really big problems. So the first big problem is down here, and that's where the belt is, because you can see it's actually coming off, and that's not a good thing, because if that comes off, this engine is toast. Now, a lot of the PCV system has been modified on this and taken away. We've got R8 coil packs on this, we've got a custom air intake, we've got a Badger 5 tip, we've got quite a few mods that are already done, but this engine isn't forged. It was, I guess, being built for a stage 2, but unfortunately it's not boosting correctly, and to be honest, there's lots of dubious pipework where there's probably a lot of air leaks, but we need to have a look at that and figure out what's happening, and then we can try and identify some of the other problems, and trust me, there are a few. Now, this car has got coilovers on. Now, this car actually will start, however, with that belt like it is, it's just not worth the risk. So to actually do anything with this, I'm going to have to push this in and out of the unit rather than actually jump start it. Now, I took a little bit of a risk before because the belt was coming off, but we pushed the belt back on, and I did that to move the car a little bit. But actually, just driving at a very short distance, that belt's already coming away again, and I'm not going to risk it anymore. So As much as I would like to start this car to show you it, that's not going to happen today. I'll pop this jump pack on so we can turn the ignition on. Let's give this a go. Let's give this a go. Okay, so let's have a little look here. We've got some power. You know something, I can't risk starting this, I really shouldn't, but just for the love of the channel. There we go. So, a few warning lights on, as you can see, but nothing particularly major. We don't have any petrol and we don't have any washer fluid. That is a disaster. And let's turn this off before this engine blows up. Oh, get up there. Ooh, random car parts. Under tray, petrol. Let's throw those over there. And let's see what's going on. As you can see, the rear seats are out by the looks of it. Got some random car parts, so let's see how random they are. Ooh, reasonably random. Forge, engineered for performance. So there's the recirculation valve which has been fitted. But despite the parts and the love, the car doesn't boost properly. It's dropping boost as soon as you try and put the throttle down, and that's the reason that the car was for sale. And that brings me on to my next question. What should I actually do with this car? It was bought to save and salvage and tune one of the TT Roadsters in green. But you know something, now that it's here, I actually really quite like this car, and I think it's got a lot of potential despite not having a forged engine. Comment below, let me know what you think I should actually do with this. Do we vote to save it, power to the people, or do we take it apart and use it to fix something else? And it's always a little bit harder fixing modified cars because you've got no idea what's been changed and what problems that might have created. And then, of course, there's the other issues with this car, the cosmetics, etc., that we've got to think about. Aesthetically, this car is not in the best condition because, let me take the key out. This side of the car has got major lack appeal on there, as you can see, and it's really a mess. The rest of the paintwork, although not brilliant, isn't actually terrible, you know? I feel as though a little bit of a cheeky detail could actually solve many of these cars' problems. What do you guys think to this murked out look as well? I really like it. Black with the black wheels, and these tints actually really finish it off, and I wasn't sure that I would love it, but in the flesh I think it looks absolutely menacing as hell. That grille looks really good, and I think this would benefit from a V6 front bumper just to add to that aggression, but those headlights look pretty trick. I'll show you those. Guys, we've got some 18-inch Audi original alloys wrapped in some Nankang NS2 rubber. We've got a very rare armrest in there, which needs a little retrim. And the interior has been swapped out for these grey seats, which are actually not in the best of condition. However, this was originally a black interior, and I'm not quite sure why the previous owner decided to swap out the black for the grey, because I personally think that this should have stayed entirely black. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but it's been a while since I've had a really good wang. And I think this car would benefit from a massive wang on the back of it, because it's already slightly outlandish and quite aggressive being black on black on black. So triple black with a wang, honestly, I think that's a way forward. I'm starting to come around to the idea of saving this, and that's a crazy idea. Don't do this to yourself. Walk away from the car, just walk away. People think you are crazy if you buy lots of cars that are broken and don't really work, and they may have a point. But do you know something in life? It's important to do what makes you happy. And buying absolute and utter shitbox cars is what makes me happy. So I'm going to buy some more. In an upcoming video, I'm going to talk to you about my favourite car YouTubers, who I watch and why I watch them. So watch out for that one as well. That's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you've not yet subscribed, do so. Click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure that you come back to watch the next one. I'll see you in the next one. I'm off for some food. Here we have a man who thinks this is a future French classic. You just worry me at times.
I worry myself. I'm driving up with 207. Me, man's got problems. He hates it.
Do you know something? I think he genuinely likes it.
I love it.
Have you got a bed in the back?
Half leather GTI trim.
Full dogging spec.
Mate, don't get me favourite quilting people that hours.
It's not right, is it?